Hello students, I hope you all are fine. Students, as you know that we have covered the topic acid, base, their physical properties, their chemical properties, and we have started to study about the salts. And students, we have discussed about the chlor-alkali process. So today we will discuss about some more salts. One is the bleaching powder. One is the bleaching powder. What do you mean by the bleaching powder, students? Bleaching powder, its chemical name. First of all, we should know about the chemical formula. Chemical formula. Chemical formula of bleaching powder. Chemical formula of bleaching powder is CaOCl2. CaOCl2. And students, its chemical name is calcium. Calcium. 4O oxy, calcium oxy, Cl2 dichloride. First of all, you should know about the formula. Formula of bleaching powder is CaOCl2. This is the bleaching powder, and students, its chemical name is calcium oxydichloride. And bleaching powder is the common name. Bleaching powder is the common name. Bleaching powder. This one is the common name, students. So first thing, students, can be asked formula and chemical name and common name of the bleaching powder. Then students, you should know about the nature. Students, if I talk about the nature of the bleaching powder, nature, it is basic. It is basic in nature. Basic in nature. You know, students, it is highly basic, I can say, because pH of bleaching powder is near about 11. And students, it is corrosive. It is corrosive also. So students, now we will see. We have learned about the basic thing of the bleaching powder. Its formula is CaOCl2. Its chemical name is calcium oxydichloride. It is basic in nature. It has around pH 11. It is corrosive in nature. Now students, we will see how can we prepare bleaching powder. So method of preparation for the bleaching powder. Students, in chlor-alkali process, we have prepared chlorine gas. Okay, chlor-alkali process we have done. In that, at anode we were getting the chlorine gas. That chlorine gas we can use for preparation of the bleaching powder. Students, when chlorine gas is passed through the lime water, or we can say through slaked lime, CaOH2, then it will give just the bleaching powder. Like students, if we pass chlorine gas, Cl2 is the chlorine gas. If we pass chlorine gas through slaked lime is calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. This one is the slaked lime. When we will pass chlorine gas through the calcium hydroxide, then students, we will get calcium oxydichloride, means bleaching powder. We will get the bleaching powder. Plus students, water. water also produced here. So student, this one is the reaction for the preparation of bleaching powder. When we will pass chlorine gas through the calcium hydroxide, then we get the bleaching powder and water. So this one is the simple reaction, students. Okay, then students, bleaching powder usage. Now we will see, we have seen what is the chemical name of the bleaching powder, what is the chemical formula of the bleaching powder, and what is the nature, okay, what type of nature it shows. We have seen how can we prepare bleaching powder. We have studied about that also. Now we will see how we are making this one, how we are preparing, how we are studying this one, what are the uses of the bleaching powder in our life. So now let's see about the usage. Students, uses of the bleaching powder: for bleaching cotton and linen in textile industry, for bleaching wood pulp in paper factories, and for bleaching washed cloth in laundry. Means student, bleaching powder by name we can imagine, means it is bleaching powder. Why we have given name to this? Okay, we have gained this name because it is used for bleaching. It is used for bleaching. In textile industry, we will use for bleaching the clothes. In laundry, we use for the bleaching washed cloth. Okay, students, and in wood, for bleaching of the wood pulp also we can use. Means we can use the bleaching powder for bleaching purpose, for bleaching the cotton cloths in textile industry, for bleaching the wood pulp in factory, and for bleaching the washing clothes in laundry. As an oxidizing agent, students, bleaching powder is also used as an oxidizing agent. What do you mean by the oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent, we have already studied many times. Oxidizing agent means which oxidize other and reduce itself, which get reduced, that substance is known as the oxidizing agent. Means it has capacity to reduce itself and it has tendency to oxidize others, so it behave like an oxidizing agent. Okay, I hope this one is clear to you. To make drinking water free from germs, students, you know very well, chlorine is present there, so it can be used for making the water germs free, So these are the uses. One is the for bleaching purpose, second one as an oxidizing agent, and third one is the it can be used for making the water germs free. Okay, so one compound one salt we have covered here. Now we will discuss about one more salt, that is the baking soda. Students, baking soda which we eat, which we used for cooking the food. Okay, that one, baking soda, baking powder we use. Okay, so students, now we will discuss about that. Baking soda is commonly used in kitchen for making tasty, crispy pakoras, etc. Sometimes it is added for faster cooking. The chemical name of compound, students, you know very well. हम तब भी इडली, डोसा या फिर हमें पकोड़ास, केक, all things जिनमें स्पंज बनता है, उसको जब हम यूज स्पंजी बनाने के लिए, हमें ढोकला बनाना है, इडली बनानी है, डोसा बनाना है, या स्टूडेंट्स हमें भटूरा, जो छोला भटूरा हम जब बनाते हैं तो भटूरे के हमने क्या करना है, फुलाने के लिए, उसको स्वेल करने के लिए, आफ्टर दैट स्टूडेंट्स कई बार हम छोले में भी ये यूज करते हैं, उसको जल्दी मतलब उसके जो कुकिंग टाइम है उसको घटाने के लिए, रिड्यूस करने के लिए। तो स्टूडेंट जहां भी आपको केक वगैरह में, इडली वगैरह में ऐसा स्पंज बनता है, स्पंज बनता है, तो मीन्स वहां पर हम क्या यूज करते हैं, बेकिंग पाउडर का यूज करते हैं। तो बेकिंग पाउडर हम ईटिंग पर्पज के लिए भी, अपने फूड को क्रिस्पी, टेस्टी, स्पाइसी और स्पंजी बनाने के लिए किसका यूज करते हैं, बेकिंग सोडा का यूज करते हैं। तो ये तो हुई बात यूज की। अब स्टूडेंट्स बेकिंग सोडा का क्या फॉर्मूला होता है, क्या इसका केमिकल नेम होता है, ओके, सो वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट दैट। स्टूडेंट्स बेकिंग सोडा इज द सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट। बेकिंग सोडा इज सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट, NaHCO3, its chemical formula. First of all you should know about the chemical formula, पता होना चाहिए क्योंकि आप इसको यूज करते हैं। तो स्टूडेंट्स व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला, NaHCO3, NaHCO3, and if I talk about the chemical name, it is sodium bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate, or students we can say sodium hydrogen carbonate, or we can say sodium hydrogen carbonate, sodium hydrogen carbonate. NaHCO3 is the chemical formula. Sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, these are the chemical name. And students, common name is baking soda. Okay. And students, if I talk about the nature, then it is basic. This one also, bleaching powder is also basic. It is also basic. And students, its pH is around 9. Means it is less basic than bleaching powder. Now students, how can we prepare? If we take sodium chloride, sodium chloride is NaCl. We add some water, carbon dioxide and ammonia. We take sodium chloride, we add water, carbon dioxide and ammonia. Then students, we get baking soda. NaHCO3. We get baking soda, NaHCO3 plus ammonium chloride. Then students, when we take sodium chloride, we add some water, some carbon dioxide, some ammonia. Then students, we get NaHCO3, means baking soda. This one is baking soda plus ammonium chloride. And students, you know, when this baking soda is heated, then student, what will happen? When we will heat this one, then what will happen? Then it produce Na2CO3. It produce Na2CO3 plus water. And students, plus carbon dioxide gas. Simply I can say plus carbon dioxide gas released. We can say carbon dioxide gas released. And student, because carbon dioxide gas released, so this gas used to make our food spongy. Used to make our food spongy. Okay. Now students, what are the uses? What are the uses of the baking soda? Baking soda is used for making baking powder. Students, you have listened about the baking soda as well as baking powder. आपने बेकिंग सोडा भी सुना होगा, बेकिंग पाउडर भी सुना होगा. दोनों में क्या डिफरेंसेस होते हैं? दोनों सेम चीजें नहीं हैं बट सिमिलर हैं. दोनों सेम चीजें नहीं हैं बट सिमिलर हैं. एक्चुअली स्टूडेंट्स, जब हम बेकिंग सोडा में कोई एडिबल एसिड हम मिला देते हैं, जैसे टार्ट्रिक एसिड, लैक्टिक एसिड, सिट्रिक एसिड, कोई नेचुरल एसिड हम मिला देते हैं तो वो क्या बन जाता है? बेकिंग पाउडर. क्या बन जाता है? बेकिंग पाउडर. सो वी यूज द बेकिंग सोडा for making the baking powder. For making the baking powder. Baking powder is the mixture of baking soda and mild edible acid. Edible acid like tartaric acid, like citric acid, like lactic acid we can take. Okay. Then students, what will happen? Then we will get baking powder. If we are having baking soda, and students, when we add any edible acid, means it will release H positive ions, so it is the baking powder. Then it gives us the baking powder. I hope this one is clear to you. Then students, when baking soda plus H positive ions, means any acid we meet, then it will give carbon dioxide plus water plus sodium salt of that acid. So carbon dioxide producing during this reaction, so it can used for making the food सॉफ्ट एंड स्पंजी. तो ऐसा करने से क्या होता है? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होती है. ओके. तो जिससे हमारा जो फूड है क्या बनेगा? स्पंजी एंड सॉफ्ट बनता है. ओके. देन स्टूडेंट, सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट्स मींस बेकिंग सोडा इज आल्सो एन इंग्रेडिएंट इन एंटासिड, मींस इट कैन आल्सो यूज्ड एज antacid. Why? Because it is basic in character. I already told you, because it is basic, it has pH around 9, so we can use it as antacid. Being alkaline, it is neutralize excess acid in the stomach. स्टूडेंट, कई बार अगर हमें एसिडिटी फील होती है, हमें जलन फील होती है, मींस एसिडिटी बढ़ गई है, तो उसके ट्रीटमेंट के लिए हम किसका यूज कर सकते हैं? बेकिंग सोडा का यूज कर सकते हैं. ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि बेकिंग सोडा का जो नेचर है वो अल्केलाइन है, वो बेसिक है. तो एसिड एंड बेस जब आपस में मिलते हैं, आपस में जब मिक्स करते हैं, तो वो क्या करते हैं? न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन शो करते हैं. मींस वो एक दूसरे को क्या करेंगे? न्यूट्रलाइज. तो क्योंकि ये बेसिक है तो इसीलिए हम इसको एज एन एंटासिड यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, इट इज ऑल्सो यूज्ड इन सोडा एसिड फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर. स्टूडेंट्स, ये सोडा एसिड फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स में भी यूज होता है, आग बुझाने में भी, क्योंकि यहाँ पे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस रिलीज होती है और जो ऑक्सीजन को कवर कर लेती है, जिससे जो फायर है हमारी वो कहीं ना कहीं एक्सटिंग्विश हो जाती है. सो इट इज ऑल्सो यूज्ड एज द soda acid fire extinguishers. So students, these are the uses of the baking soda. One, it is used for making baking powder. Second one, it is used for the making food soft, spongy and crispy. And it is used as an antacid also, and it used in soda acid fire extinguisher. So students, today we have covered two salts. One is the bleaching powder and second one is the baking powder. I hope both of these are clear to you, and tomorrow we will discuss about the washing soda, plaster of Paris, and calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Okay, means all these things we will discuss tomorrow. So thank you, have a nice day.